Arr, arr, arr. Existence. Brag. I don't know. It's weird. What are you doing in here, Gunner? Hmm? Goober. There's your pillow. Okay. I think we're gonna try to finish up case 3 at least. It probably shouldn't take too long, depending on how long the trial goes, really. But, you know, whatever. Got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. You should know by now that, like, crazy things always fucking happen in this damn universe. Well, yeah, Kudo was entirely useless. Find one for Maggie. Guess Maggie's still in questioning. Got questions to ask her too. We can't talk to Maggie. So may as well go to the French restaurant. The French. That's it. Come on, come on, come on. Sounds like... Now just call it an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. You're really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Looks like an 8 will have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just... I was just listening to the radio, pal. The radio? Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. With his salary? Yes, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? With your salary? Oh, boy. It's a nightmare. How am I supposed to look at Maggie in the eye now, pal? You really drove her into a corner, you know? Always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days did you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? You referred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. Maggie said anything to you? I mean, about me, I mean. Well, how does she put it again? Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't know him. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that. Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why is this happening? His head against the wall, Nick. Oh man, poor Gumshoe. Gumshoe is... Sid. So, did you like the Twin Tea set? I've never paid that much for money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking. How did it taste? Well, 20 bucks, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate. Delicate? You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. I just realized it's bad. That's it. Tasted bad. Gumshoe, please. It's not hard to administer so when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know? I mean, considering we've heard that you've, like, only eaten, like, cup noodles for, like, months now, you'd think it'd be better. Maybe you should have found out about the price after he finished eating. Nick, maybe that's why Glen L came here. I heard about the super fierce twin tea set. By fierce, you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glen L, that reminds me. Still hardly know anything about the guy. Ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here. I mean, you may as well. What were you all excited about earlier? I mean, he was probably doing lottery shit. Huh? Right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing, really. It was just the daily exercise show. Psyche locked. This lunch special's lobster sure is great. Nothing I can see. May as well learn about him. Mr. Techman. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? Ugh, he wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? Oh, I know. So have you paid a visit to where Mr. L worked yet? You might as well. Workplace? Where's that? Computer firm called Blue Screens Inc. Something like that. Like a real stable company. That should be fun, Nick. Let's go. These aren't really my thing, Maya. You should know with you using like a barely functional phone. Ah, it's time. It's time for the high-tech lady. Oh, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air. It is a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know. Who are you? There she is. Hello. I'm sorry. Access restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Well, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood. Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basil. Yay. I'm the company director. Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in a shell. Ha 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 ha. Anime reference. Ha ha. Yay. That thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glenn Elks? It's DMH, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's HMD. All my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs. You write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. It's a fashion sense, sweaty. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. What exactly is this firm's business? I will try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management system required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. It doesn't matter, they analyze stuff. You got that much, right? The software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage medium. Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music. This is a small firm, but all my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? I'm researching the impact of you lost me. He's going on. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. You good people follow all of that? No. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know, it's terrible. With that smile, you seem like you don't care at all. Tell us anything that might be helpful. I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because... the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc. Oh. Hello, Mr. Elk's desk. Have you cleared it out already? No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it. There might be a clue here somewhere. Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. It's pretty average to me. You can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know? Trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when my eye stops asking silly questions. No hurry, then. Hey! This calendar. What about it? Is this another thing about tidying? You can forget it. Someone marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. O was murdered. Anything else? Yeah, it says meet with the tiger. The tiger. Tiger? The tiger. Oh, look at this mess. They're all betting tickets. Kind of betting tickets. I mean, considering the frickin' calendar, he bets on horse races. depending on which horse will win a given race. Or horse racing tickets.
Wow, stores are stuffed full of these.
They're all losing tickets, so then why even keep them? Why even keep your losing tickets? Weirdo. Over 500 of them. How much money did you spend on that? How much?
So many tickets would get you what? A buck down at the recycling center? I didn't know you were so hard up that you'd try to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Really pounding that keyboard, isn't he?
Wow, I bet that's where the pro and programmer comes from, huh? Shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Gotta expand my skill set and all that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe I could become old CD's apprentice.
What about your spirit medium training? I mean, probably. About Mr. Elg.
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality. Oh, like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be best way to describe it. That's what we got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. Model employee.
Hey, wait a minute. Just how you said something about him being in trouble. Gotta find out what this trouble was exactly. Hey, what are you talking about? Oh, Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble?
I'm sorry. Why would you think of that?
I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. I mean, I think we have the evidence for it. Because he's got a lot of frickin' tickets.
Yes, Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. L was in?
I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with the troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service.
What's she talking about? It's better to just take a shot and see where it goes. Gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. L's trouble have something to do with this?
What is that?
A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones.
With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on other misfortunes is immoral.
Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? Yes.
What is the relevance of these tickets?
The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he?
I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time.
500 losing tickets, though. And he kept them. Like, I don't know. Gambling habit is kind of written all over that.
Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elk's gambling habit wasn't restricted to horse racing, was it? The lottery. Horse races. Horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? You're right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I have the money to buy any.
Oh, definitely not. Phoenix is poor. Real poor.
But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he, for $500,000?
Yes. However, he died the same day that he won.
Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it?
Sure that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that.
Deep trouble? What do you mean?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to come back. Because I don't remember having anything that would do that. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing of it, I'm not gonna tell you. Let's see about that, pal. Concerning all the noise you were making while you were listening, pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glenn Elk did. It's like you see right through me! Oh, I cracked them already? See, Val, that's why I said it was nothing. Never change, Gumshoe, never change. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. Well, everyone in the lottery.
So, how did it go?
I won 50 cents. Better to win nothing. All that $1,000 bucks. I was so mad.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Not the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? They've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. Even do drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
And that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. Are a lot of your results already broadcast at the same time? Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket.
Millionaire radio, that sounds cool. I'm gonna try it, Nick.
With his money? No! Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money.
Star's talking to someone. I'll be back next month. Oui, naturalmente. I will be waiting for you. Come and got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
None! I will have everything ready, I promise!
I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles.
No, stop it, I beg you!
And don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
Max, no, this is not necessary, you can trust me, mademoiselle!
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Oh, no, you do not have to worry, you know you worry too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is an oil of sandalwood.
I do love raw meat from time to time.
Ah!
I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye. For now.
Thanks, creepy lady. Oh, I have the shivers. I must rub my oil all over my body before I become the nervous wreck. There. Oh, wait. That feels good. Ugh. Oh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! My eyes!
Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. Loyal of sandalwood.
Isn't that just the leftovers of what you were just using? Take my badge. Please, monsieur, there is no need to show me that. You're Mon Phoenix, right? The worst defensory in town. I'm pretty sure I know he formed this completely wrong impression of me. The last time we met, did I show you this badge?
Ooh, you flashed it to everyone in the restaurant.
Like... Yeah... You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong?
Non, you are right, monsieur. Perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, Non. That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme.
Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick. But you're right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is tray. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive.
But then you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays.
Nick, that's kind of the thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? But he's also said he's a little girl inside, so, like... He could be gender fluid! I'm just saying, Phoenix. I'm just saying.
But this restaurant is alive. It is everything to me. I will defend it to la finale. No one will take it from me.
So was that woman you were just talking to?
Ooh la la, you saw that?
Well, yes, sorry.
So, who was she? You look so polite and graceful.
Polite? Graceful?
And she likes raw meat and fires, right? I'll be back next month.
Oh, you have to remember, I will be waiting for you.
You haven't got it by then. I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I have everything ready, I promise. I didn't think about it.
Hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
Think so? Well, let's show him that piece of evidence and see what happens.
The debt. The debt. Wipe away the debt.
So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel, whistle of broken wings. Angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it. Oui, they keep harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I had to help them. Help them? With what? Must be so. If I did not owe them some money, I would have refused. My hands were tied.
Please, what did you agree to help them with?
None, I cannot say. If I tell you that woman, she will slice me up. And eat me with a salad garnish.
Ew. She doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right?
Ah! Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's,
Why has it come to this? What a tragedy! Suddenly I find myself so deep in the debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, oh?
No, I'd say it's more of a sign of bad culinary skills.
The woman who was here, the scary woman. She is from the loan office.
Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from?
Oui, send a letter it is called.
Catchy name.
Harriet makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you must
not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10.
$10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey, I get more than that, thank you very much.
The tender lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
Hardly got anything to do with this case.
I mean, they more than likely do.
I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I'm like a slave. I have to do everything he tells me.
Who is this he?
The tiger.
Tiger?
Oui, he is the manager of the tender lender. A terrifying man, the big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling as his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of the battered old scooter, I start to cry.
Big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter. Does this guy resemble me by any chance?
Oh, no. This man has a presence. A most formidable personality. Although he does have spiky hair just like you. Oh, there is a resemblance there, I suppose.
Sound like this loan office is worth checking out after all.
If you want to visit the tender lender, it's just beyond Vitamin Square. Hey, Nick. I need money. I can loan you some as long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna head back to Freesing now. We got a big meeting starting in a bit.
How about Mackey's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. Another big case going down at the moment, so it's been pushed aside.
Hey, well, see you later then.
Bye. Bye, pal. Fades back in. You better get going, Detective. You'll be late. Gee, kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one.
Favor?
Yeah, it's, for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping, you give this to her for me.
What is it?
Lunchbox. I got up early so I can make it. Real worried about her. Look, she's lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much beat.
Think? I love Wheaties. And enough of their tender juiciness. Will you give it to her? Took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal.
Can't exactly say no, can I? Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? Count on you to give that to Maggie.
Finally on.
No, Maggie. No, Maggie.
I gotta wait to talk to Maggie. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you?
He went to buy another ton of bird seeds. Kinda hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix.
Win through compromise. This gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger is in his lair. And that is, as good as they say, a very good thing.
Welcome.
Talk about a creepy voice. Makes your soul want to shrivel up and die.
You're here. Discuss alone.
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. It's gone, just like just like that.
Just have to come back another time.
It's the perfect opportunity, Nick. Place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay?
Do you think it'd be okay? It's a frickin' loan office.
Of course, no one will ever know. Coffee. I'll leave it here for you to enjoy quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here.
Now she wants us to get out of here.
Something dropped on the ashtray on the floor. It's gonna be a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
Actually, knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning was such a pain. It's one of those super antiques where you have to burn a lot of charcoal.
She managed to knock one of those over. Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too.
From Tribulations 2. Matches, huh? They still don't give out much these days. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
What's printed on the cover? It says Tribulations. CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it.
Lid's open. I wonder what kind of music it's singing to. Have you finished the coffee?
Yes, thanks. It was lovely.
So, you drank it all. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup.
The coffee was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it.
Nick, my stomach, it's killing me! Oh wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast.
Sure hope so. What the?
It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw the Tiger?
It's a demo CD. First name has been handwritten on a disc and pen. MC Bomber. Let's see. Now you tell us about.
Listen to it. Bet it's heavy metal.
No way, that woman will make us drink more coffee we do.
Look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic.
It's more like a pimp coat to me, because I haven't got an eye for fashion.
And look at this. The suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
Same color as my suit. Also has a little badge on it.
Keep your voice down, Maya. Nick, gotta take a look at this. Some cake.
Oh, God. Ugh. Give me a moment here. I gotta clean up my nose.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay.
I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure, thanks. Just wait here quietly, otherwise. Sure. Did you hear that? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure.
I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? Scared, Nick.
So, what were you getting so excited about before?
Look on the lapel of this suit.
That's an attorney's badge.
Is a tiger a lawyer?
No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper.
some reason your badge looks suddenly really cheap to me, Nick. Anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Long. Come out from under the desk, Maya. What are you two snooping around in my office for? Grrr! My precious carpet! You's got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door! Wasn't us. You's wanna argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you's gonna take me on? I'm gonna flat use 2 pancakes to turn yous into my new rugs. Oh. Don Tigre. Don Tigre, you're back. That voice, it's like evil seeping your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and... Eek, has she got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You too cute, you hear? So unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. You'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Ah, Phoenix Wright.
Yes?
You was either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. Worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan.
So it was him. He's my phony.
Yeah, but I don't care. No one gets in my way.
What? I mean, excuse me?
You should have left the little girl at home, right? No questions. This is the last time we meet.
Wait, please. That was pretty weak, Nick. Waiting until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. Like you're one to talk, didn't hear you scream, hold it either. The espresso. And cookies. It was definitely not good for my heart. What was it the tiger called her? Violetta?
Violetta.
So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest. And an attractive repayment policy. Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit of extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick. Things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tender Lender is on your side. So let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right, I think I'd rather skip town. Just remember I can make coffee, strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger?
Furio Tigre.
Furio? Tigre? That's where the tiger thing comes from. Can he ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie.
Sure?
How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours.
No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
Tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to...
Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. Save your life? Sure, I'd like to know how that happened.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
Guess they were expecting you to take a boat ride across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. But I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
So about what's in her coffee? That why you've got that bandage wound over your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation. It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
Fatal injury? Might just suffer one herself by the sound of it. That's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once. Four. She really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, we gotta find out the truth. But do we have enough? You said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently.
Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? I have a feeling it was a scooter. No. I'll have to come back later. I got a donut. Yeah, I think I'll just have to go. I'll have to come back for it later. Everyone talking to me behind my back now. The old man who was just busy looking the serving girl's backside. They can't remember her face, a filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. Let him ramble. Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up, by restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yes, I did, the very day that young brat was poisoned. What? And what was the errand? Not a yes, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad had swept over the table. Serving girl collapsed. I broke that face. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call the police. Call them yourself. Setback, but I didn't think of it at the time. I'm calling the police? Said I was in a bit of a daze. Call them on your cell phone? God, do I look like that? One of those newfangled thingamajigs? Yeah. Need details. I mean, of course you would avoid this on purpose. Maggie!
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
It's just unbelievable in court today, sir. Stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Scared is pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, it was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one. Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. With what I remember of the incident, anyway.
Hey, we got you lunch. Oh yeah, I've got something you're gonna love.
Really? What is it?
Lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Oh, lunchbox. Weenies, too. Believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe.
Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you?
Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort in making this, too. Can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
Those are the rules. I'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. I mean, you're technically already locked up, so... how much of it is gonna be a problem for you, exactly?
Anyway, I hate weenies.
Didn't you just say you like them?
Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. What?
He's right, it's better than letting it go to waste.
But I guess so. Well, how was it?
Right at the spot, I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Becky, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep. There are just so many things that don't seem to add up. This contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something onto the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. Did Mr. Kudo testify earlier today? And it was the waitress who put some white powder in the coffee cup? I think it was this disappearing man that did it? It's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
Never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
Said that you passed out when the victim Glenn L collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. Before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
During the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene. You have no idea what went on at Tribulations.
No, no idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? Old Seedy was inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Uneasy? Anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, I took the coffee over to the victim's table. Sure, there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. Can't really say
it was an old man. And then how about calling him a really old, middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue.
The other customer was a woman.
Woman? You sure, Maggie? Not 100% sure, but I think so. What did this woman look like?
She's sort of creepy. Violetta.
She had a kind of cackling laugh.
Creepy. Cackling? I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently. Present her, then.
I know you used to be on the police force, sir, but I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you.
So you're not gonna do that. Nothing. Virus. Never borrow money from a place like this. This girl who works over at Tender Lender. Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Cadaverini. The only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. You know what that is, Nick? Never heard of him. It's one scary sounding name. What about the family? Sure, I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. Excuse me. Got too much moolah. Dr. Wright. The name of the virus is MC Bomber. Yay. Made a jumbo lunchbox. Uh, Are you in here? No, you're not. Guess we'll go to blue screens then. See if I can get any more. The gambling problem. Let me see here. Um, the tiger. Irio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with business should think hard before naming their offices. Like you're one to talk. Well, what do you think? Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we needed the Morrow money. No. I mean about Mr. L. I think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre. Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know of any connection between the two of them. The calendar! The calendar! Oops, I backspaced when I didn't want to. Now I have to go through that again! I needed to press R, not the other way around. Not backspace, you fool. Absolute buffoon. Skip. Now I need to get Tigre out. And then I gotta get calendar out. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan shark called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. The only thing a loan shark would talk to him about would be his debt. It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of a debt from his gambling habits. About $100,000, I think. $100,000? Ouch. I heard he won the lottery, so he could have been in the clear. But he died for it anyway. He died with the winnings. Gee, Maggie couldn't get that bit of that bit of good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky, won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then?
Well, this isn't easy to say, but that he would use his talents to repay the money.
His talents?
That's what he was talking about. Programming.
What computer program is worth $100,000? But we also have MC Bonner, so it's like, sell his freaking virus.
Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work.
It's cracking her. Was it by any chance MC Bomber? Well, this is it, isn't it? It's the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. Yay.
Len's head had more processing power than any computer. But it had been infected with a gambling virus. Len was in too deep.
You mean he was in debt?
Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was going to taking on some extra work. Something a bit risky.
Risky? How?
He's going to become a waitress at Tribulations.
That would be quite the look. Where do you come up with these ideas? Let her think about the computer nerd in the maid dress. Come on. Let her work. Let her mind wander. Safe to say Mr. L was the creator of this virus, huh?
The virus, yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius.
Wouldn't that be ingenious then?
Like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts.
Use the trash can, Nick! Use the trash can! Okay, now. Give me a moment here. I'm apparently I'm missing a piece. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm apparently missing something. Trying to figure out where that is. Ah, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't examine something. That's why. That's why. Give me the repair bill. There we go. Now I can do stuff. Now I can do it. The repair bill? I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cavardinis.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cavardinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi, introduce herself. Alright then. I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you?
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. What happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cavardini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
Also, could the person who committed the hit and run have been... I wonder! I wonder! It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it.
Ma'am, one of your locks broke. That means you do know.
Lighted the motorbike in my car. Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was a tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. Sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Because his frickin' bike is broken. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigray rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front rail guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
I'm kind of hesitant about giving an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was a tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? Excuse me. I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Which, your grandfather would be a bit of a problem for him, wouldn't he? Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
That's a lot of fucking money for an operation.
Months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I need the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million. My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? Has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true. What he did to get the money was evil. It was all for me, so I helped him.
Helped him? What way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse.
It's inexcusable.
Huh?
Two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics.
Alright, Nick.
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
Don't need to convince Fuel of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this.
Oh, bonjour! I have been waiting for you to return!
Sir Armstrong.
Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, he hasn't got anything to say to yous, fellas. I'm out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over.
What?
Yous wanna play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers. Now.
Oh, I think he wants me only covered to use papers back.
You mean this? $1 million medical papers? Miss Category trusted you.
That's why she said that she helped you.
Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Yous wanna know what's sad? I'll tell yous what's sad. It ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power, 'cause she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad.
Can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the 1 million used to pay this off.
Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us in here. You got that? 2!
Oui.
Mr. Armstrong?
Forgive me. It's only. I can't argue with him.
Ugh. Really hurt. Is that all you's got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter.
Wait!
Don't take it too hard, Phoenix, right?
So stupid. Shouldn't have let my guard down. Medical papers were vital evidence.
Hold it, pal!
Detective Gumshoe?
Detective? You think you were gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Rawr! Oh, come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me.
What?
Go, pal, and take this. Get hurt. Who's gonna look after Maggie, huh?
Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
I'll get even with that guy tomorrow, in court. Tender Leonard is going down.
Beat him up. Beat up the man. Take a moment.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
I mean, we got this in the bag, pretty much. we got the goods.
Are you okay, Nick?
Yeah, of course.
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
Oh no, that wasn't doubt. That was, termination.
Well, why don't I believe you? Nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat.
Hey, Val. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
I didn't know she was stressed.
Just watching through the doorway. Oh. Okay, you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, Val? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing.
I'm thinking, man, that doesn't look like one of those therapy bottles.
Small bottle that turned up in the Caribbean kitchen a couple days ago. Finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So what is it? Is it the poison?
Afraid not, pal. It's medication. The medication that was lost. Beat up the tiger. Court is now in session with the trial of Maggie Bird. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and in waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday, we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. Mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank it from with his right hand. According to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Amazing how many contradictions single case can have, huh, Nick?
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning and we must turn with it. I've lost to you already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You gotta change with the times. That's one of my rules. Implying that you've resolved those contradictions. You know the answer to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in the air. He was throwing us off the scent. Today, I'll prove it. There he is. Yay. And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone! I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté!
No one is having this. Forgive me for asking you this, but are you a woman?
Oh la la, monsieur! As you can see, I'm le pert and perky gentleman, non?
On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations kitchen. Isn't that right?
With you, monsieur? Everything feels right.
Ah! Oh, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy?
Oui, volunteers.
Fucking...
The fucking French. When it all happens, yeah, we were just two customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some of the dude's arts decors that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking for. Look up, the earpiece and the glasses. You would have seen everything resolved, non?
A mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror. The most enormous mirror.
Suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have been everything up here back to front. Heck, it's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yeah. Coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing this earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was the left ear, without a doubt. So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactamente. You see, Monster, now that you think about it, it's not so unknown. Fortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Mr. Crudo really did see everything in a mirror. Why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? When it's genuinely observed the victim reflected in the mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection!
How bitter. That's right, you should have had taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
Remember this, I presume?
That I broke the vase. Sorry. Apology. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. What's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
The victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. The ear? His left ear! Ah, well tried.
That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. I thought it was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good.
Enough.
I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
Air can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie.
So what exactly was the old man looking at?
Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court, we're all ears.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant. Lords, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror was the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That was the seat at the table of the victims. That was the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
Examination. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. Crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The vase. I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture. Vase? What possible connection does that have to do with this witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. This very clearly contradicts this piece of evidence. There is only one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Crudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kodo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection!
Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. He's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim reflection from. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There's no mirror in Trebian that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu! Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase. While the police were taking their time to getting to the crime scene. Fortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else except the mirror. I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. In the light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? Ah. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. You want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite? And this problem's all yours. How to explain what the old man saw? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. The victim is a phony! There's one very simple answer that clears them all up. What is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. He was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. There it is. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Right, are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elk and acted out the whole coffee poisoning, all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection!
Get real, Tripe. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was insistent about in his testimony was serving a Pradama Javicino, but she put something in it. Serving girl right in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. So hard to believe, but there is one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Objection!
Are you considering the waitress in the old man's story was fake as well? I thought there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. Unless he was also in on it too. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there in fact a phony Tribune that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The victim, Monsieur L. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There was no other customers. We got word he won the lottery, Mon. L became very excited. It was probably 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do the acting. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome any time. I said it was worth one sip, nothing more. So you're saying that not much time elapsed between when the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived? Oui, that is correct. That still leaves the possibility that something happened in that gap of time. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed?
Let me see, approximately 2 minutes, I would say.
2 minutes? That's all?
Seems unlikely that anything untoward could have happened in such a short time.
Rats, I knew I shouldn't have pursued this line of questioning.
Out of curiosity, how about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I can't remember, monsieur. Oh boy.
No, you would have to be there beforehand.
I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Please, that must be Le Showman he was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
1:30.
I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. That was that time because I had just finished serving Le Munch menu.
Get to the point, Trite, if you have one.
And it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. We are at 1:30. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise and it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy would have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum. Catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elks in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elk now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
Quite the performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll.
But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The Flony Elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo.
How do you explain then where the real Glen Elg is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. It's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
Missing corpse?
Answer to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glen Elg. Then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? The kitchen. The kitchen. The kitchen.
Evidence? So the intense pressure in here all of a sudden.
Inside.
The kitchen!
The bottle!
The bottle!
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I've never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. We use the very best bottles for sure. The highest quality for me.
Where's that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations.
In the quoi? Will you ever use these bottles for my matrimony oils?
This doesn't contain anthrometary oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they, that Mr. Elg visited a clinic and was given medication that day. Yeah, serious. Meds had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. Contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glen Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu!
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now?
And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It's a trap. Listen to me, por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm gonna ask you once. Did you do it? No, absolutely none. I... Let's hear it. You got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it's clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. It's true. I hid the body in the kitchen. My man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. Certain man. There was. There was another man. I knew it. I was telling the truth. Present the tiger. Let's end this dance of ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Ah! What was that? I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you. $500,000 loan from a black market Schoenlark. Loan shark. Shark loan. You had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Oui, it is as you say. A tiger. He told me he was going to use my restaurant for business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting a victim to demands
Said he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. Carried Lombardi and like inconscient Maggie out of the Ladine area. Intoxication. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. Poison in the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron jacket. Was that your doing as well? No, and I knew nothing about that. Make it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It's despicable. "30 minutes. I will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more." Tigre! Tigre! It's still I don't have a job to do, like, trying to get wound up. That's something you need me to do, pal. Anything. I'm gonna take a jog back to the precinct. You get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. I'll have reconvened by then. Bottle. Going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this? Oh, hey, that's a small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solved the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me, too.
The tiger! The tiger! Rawr! Witness, please state your name and occupation, but... Don't hide under the table, Maya, unless there is room for me down there, too. What did you say to me? Nothing, I say nothing. Not honest. Who could have guessed that fear would have induced a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? I got business to take care of, you hear me? Who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? No, of course not. It was... Judge. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with proceeding as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? I don't need to shout. I'll hear you. What did you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in the snare. You're in the snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, masked boy. I mean, didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird. Maggie who? I've got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course, well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about the day what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick. Get a fucking grip, Nick. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with the business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from then to lend every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just take me a letter. I know the games that guy in the blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you're gonna borrow the cash from me. A loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Ah. I love a good spectator sport. This witness is... how can I put it? A great tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and, well, he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. You's better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. Are you sure about that? Were you talking about 1 month ago? Were you talking about 1 month ago, you know? You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Well, Viola Davarini? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. Well, that's why I was. Like a rather sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What do yous want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection.
This is a dead end, right? And you know it. Remember the rules. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before. I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add that last name into your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. The days you talk about, I was in the office too. I never saw that kid before. The evidence begs to differ. Me to it, the tiger. Mr. T-Ray, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg. But it appears Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with a tiger, and the date, December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glenn Elg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Not bad. You was actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with yous to see how good you were. Hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. You's calling me a liar? Is that what you's doing? Rat roll. So you're saying that you claim to have never seen that kid before? Is that true? I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth. Huh. And I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you justify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh, yes, would you mind indulging the court, witness? Never actually met the victim? That's gotta be a lie right there. Time I nail this guy. I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with a guy at my office, tender lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never been to Tribulations joint, you see? You's here? I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gotta make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you. Right. I mean, we literally have the matches, so it's like, you've been there before, buddy. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What is you talking about? We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant. You've never really been to Tribulations before. What was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You's been stupid around my stuff too, wise guy. What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What? Listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid. Well, well. He did glean me, Glen Elg. He did put poison in his coffee. He must have. I mean, he can't lie his way out of this. It is, my guy, there's too much shit going against you. I was supposed to meet with a kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. Guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. Figured that the place wasn't all ready it was gonna be, so I split. Heard the cops' sirens on my way out. Went straight back to my office. If I don't wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the Novo Express. No more stupid questions. Ah, no problem. Anytime Trite presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. You're something of a lone collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Trite? New line of irrelevant questioning.
These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were staying at the entrance, Mr. T. Gray. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. That's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. So from the entrance at Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victims. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday?
The victim was alone at his table. But the defense just proved that the point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elk, but a fake.
What?
In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade.
That will do.
This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glenn Elk, then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
He's right in front of you.
The killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness?
Now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is the king of the jungle. Oh, Derek, come on, you've got the guts. But lions are the kings of the jungle, not tigers. Wait.
Don't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. Defense, go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright!
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You've got guts, I give you that.
Mr. Wright, don't leave me here to handle this alone!
Huh. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. Old man didn't see just the victim. Oh, no, no, no. Fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee.
Very impressive, Mr. Kudo. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack.
And your pendant last right?
It was in my pocket. Ahem. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenn Elk, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright. I think the conclusion is obvious. This Glenn Elk was really the killer in disguise. And surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. Perhaps Viola?
Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tender Lender. You's making a big mistake. Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is? Better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean. Or was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, had stated the following. When I took the coffee order to the victim's table, I heard that there was another customer in the restaurant. And she was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh. That's cute. You was right, I could do with a guy like you around. Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go. Yous got it all wrapped up nice, huh, right? But you missed out on one real important thing. That can't be. I was in the joint that day and I met that kid too. And I couldn't have poisoned him, yous here. Ah. What a troublemaker. Looks like we're gonna have another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Yeah, I loaned El Cash about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date. See? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won! $500,000. Got lucky, you know, real lucky. Waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. Waitress, you mean... Girl with the glasses to the fetish chair. Who else could I mean? Kinda got in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are yous all there what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all. I'm a businessman. All come together before that waitress got in the way.
So you just intended to get back the $100,000, Mr. Elg, are you correct? I loaned the guy the cash, and that's my right. Fortunately for Mr. Elg, $100,000 wasn't enough to cover it, was it? About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. You just get all this info. These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full. Mr. Tigray had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. You just say Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all the underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt.
Objection.
Nice little fairy tale, right? But even if the witness did need $1 million, untie him to Mr. Elg murder. Mr. Elg only owed him $100,000 and no hope of repaying it anyway. I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true. Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But, in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial. He was after the virus. Glenn Elg was a programmer, highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money. Can you explain how a skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, right? He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did. A virus known as MC Bomber. Man does not know. Man does not know. Man does not know what computer is. Mr. Tigray, you couldn't have cared less about the $100,000. Isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigray's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigray knew it. Then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigray would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. Lottery win. Exactly, at the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery. Left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least no legitimate way. What are illegitimate means? It's crazy. He murdered Glenn Elk and then made his next move to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre poses Glenn Elk, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection.
Like I said, Trike, that's crazy. No one could pull it off, a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it. Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. You've forgotten already, Mr. Godot. Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too, $500,000 in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. You've put on a good show, Spikey. If you want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone? If I did something that crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. Another one, Mr. Wright. Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? Yeah, you know, impersonated me. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago in this very court, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. What? What? This looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you standing in here this very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen.
Objection.
Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man? Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Hey, forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Have you no pride, sir?
Objection.
Is it a matter of pride? In case you didn't know, that's right. Here in court, we deal with people's lives. Mr. Cadeau is right. Your Honor, speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as a judge with the best power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it. If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. You say he impersonated Glen Elg. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to the murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Sucks to be you, right? Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get mauled. You's got that? Looks like I won't be needing a refill. Just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence to get, maybe I could get Maggie off the hook. Your Honor, sir. Wait! He's got the thing! Detective. Detective Gumshoe. Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this, my badge, the works. Here it is. My heart's counting on this, too. What is it, Detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. What? Gumshoe comes through. Yeet. Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. Results? Not the prints, pal. This medicine bottle. Think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. Now tell us, they're the tigers, right? I knew it. You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. They're Furio Tigre's paw prints, all right. That's great. We got them now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on the bottle, that bottle now. Oh, what? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glen Elg's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, it really doesn't make any difference now. Knew it. Great, no matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Don't be so hard on yourself. Last chance to help Maggie. I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, Mal.
Detective Gumshoe? Maggie, you've been working on something for me?
Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. I'm a detective. I'm supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now.
Detective Gumshoe, wait! Gone. What we can do now, Nick?
Sure was.
You worked so hard to get that evidence. Some way I could use it.
I granted you resources so you could prepare this decisive evidence you discovered.
Yes.
Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Naturally, we can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Phoenix. Let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before. Well, you lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion. This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's... Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. T. Gray. What? Sir, right! Who's sure hoping to draw from this new information? Everybody here knows what this bottle contains. Except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints are on that fancy-looking bottle. Is that what you saying? Well, what the hell's in it anyway? Phony trial, a phony lawyer, and a phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains potassium cyanide. This bottle contains potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide? Poison used to murder Mr. L, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigray, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You'd make a good clown, you know that?
What?
Yous ain't ever gonna get this stick. Yous just make me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger?
Bluff?
I can see straight through you, Phoenix, right? They ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No. This is the bottle we found traces of poison in. Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown. It's made of glass. That cheap piece of trash. Don't look nothing like it. Oops. Oops. You spilled the beans. Whoopsies. Got him, at last. What? Why's everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle. Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the sign I was in. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy looking suit fool you people. That law is just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor, tell that guy where to go. You still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you just said? What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. Yeah, you kinda spilled the beans there. For instance, you should have known what kind of bottle the potassium sign was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You don't know who was used mething with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me? Sure, last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with the phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. Idiot. What's going on? Looks like a blackout. Well done, trite. I saved my 17 cup of coffee just for you. Savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey. Mr. Right, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot? He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glenn L, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. Tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for one slip of the tongue. Mario Tigre is truly a frightening criminal. Ha! The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Doe. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, I
I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. So mad Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. Now I feel I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
Look, Nick, in the doorway.
The Gunshoe. Oh, I guess we're heading off then. See you around, pal.
Wait. Gumshoe.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
Thanks.
I knew you were innocent all along.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Huh? Oh, well, I was... I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around.
Wait up, detective. He just ran off. Jackie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. Thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use. But only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. If Gumshoe was just running around in circles.
Poor guy. She still isn't ready to forgive him.
Can you put in a good word for him, Nick?
Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie. No, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all this.
I wanted to believe that, sir. On the first day of the trial, I practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts.
Doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it.
I proved to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. Give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. His lunchbox. Here you are. Present to celebrate your freedom.
That's...
Present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love.
He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know? You guys hear that? Pretty hungry myself, you know.
Yeah, the trial dragged out a bit today, didn't it?
Is it okay if I eat this now?
Yeah, do it.
So, how is it, Maggie? It's really good.
Well, the case of the phony versus genuine comes to an end. False allegations surrounding Maggie have been cleared up. And who knows? Maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. You'd hope. Girl's been through too much. Turnabout beginnings.
Back to the past.
The girl. Let her go. Shut up. Come closer. And I kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance.
I'm reading through the file of a cold court case. It's the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey.
very first client was a death row inmate that had recently broken out of prison. A whole year before me and I ever met. Yay! Back to the past. Yeah, if I remember correctly, case 4 is realistically just the trial. So you get a trial and that's it. But I'm probably going to end up saving that for next time, honestly. Because it'll probably end up being its own episode as it is. Well, its own stream. Because I remember that, let me check here. Yeah. I remember that bridge to the turnabout is going to be, like, way longer than many of the other cases. So, like, that's probably going to be a few separate streams as it is. So, for now, I'm gonna sign off. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day, and, I guess I'll see y'all later. Take care, okay? Bye.